Friends, this beautiful foliage plant is called a Rex Begonia, which can be easily grown or propagated from its rhizome. Today, I am going to show you how to grow Rex Begonia from its rhizome. Hello friends, welcome to HR Garden. This begonia also produces the flowers. As you can see out here, they have small flowers, but usually they are grown for its beautiful foliage which comes under different color. Once the blooming is over, it leaves start drying like this. Remove the leaves of the plant and keep the plant in a dry shady area where it is not damaged by rainwater or the frost. Some gardener, they take the rhizome of this begonia out of the pot and store it for next season. You can store the rhizome for next season, or you can keep the rhizome in a soil like this as I have done. Now you can see with the start of the spring it has started producing new shoots which are clearly visible. Friends, today I am going to transplant this in a bigger pot and a rich potting mixture so that it grows more beautiful in coming days. Now for repotting, I am going to use a well draining pot. Always use a pot which is 2 inch bigger than the previous pot. Now as you can see that this pot is little bit bigger than the previous pot. You can use any type of pot, plastic pot, ceramic pot, cement pot. Before, this plant was grown in poly bag. For repotting this plant or growing its rhizome, always use well draining soil which contain little bit of moisture at the same time which is rich in humus. In this potting mixer, I have used 50% of leaf mold, 20% of sand, 10% of perlite, and 20% of vermicompost, half a spoon of fungicide, and 1 handful of neem cake powder. If you don't have vermicompost, use cow dung compost, and if perlite is not available with you, you can use directly 30% of sand. Now I am going to partially fill this pot. If you don't have leaf mold, you can use more compost and you can add some coco peat also. If you have bone meal, you can mix 2 spoon of bone meal also in its potting mixer, because for bulbous and rhizomatic plant, slow releasing fertilizer is best. Now I am going to remove this poly bag. As you can see, it is grown in poly bag. I don't want to damage its root ball, so I am just going to cut this poly bag and take this plant out from this poly bag. Now you can see out here it has very nicely hold the potting soil, and the last year soil is also very good. Some of the root you can see it's coming from the down. So friends, without disturbing much its root ball, I am going to repot this plant in the potting mixer that I have prepared some days back. While repotting, we need to be little bit careful because you can see the new shoots are very small and they are delicate. So now I am going to place this plant in the center of the pot and I am going to fill the rest of the pot with this potting mixer slowly and gently without disturbing the plant and its root ball. While repotting this plant, you can use few granules of DAP also in its potting mixture, or if you have seaweed, you can use seaweed fertilizer also in its potting mixture. Or when you see the new leaves coming, at that time you can add fertilizer also. I am going to add fertilizer afterwards. Now since the root ball is very big, I am using a stick for the equal distribution of this potting mixer, and there is not any space or air pocket in this pot. Now I am going to tap the pot so that if there is any air pockets, it gets removed. I have finished repotting this plant. Now I am going to water it thoroughly so that water comes out of draining hole, and I am going to keep this plant in a dry shady area for 1 week. After 1 week, I am going to keep this plant where it gets 2 to 3 hours of morning sunlight. Do not keep this plant in a direct heat of afternoon, as the direct heat of the afternoon burns the foliage of this plant and plant gets damaged. I have already made the video on its grow and care tips. You can go to my playlist and check it out. That this is it for today, friends. Take care of yourself, keep gardening, like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching HR Garden.